G'day, it's Rob here again. Well, I'm just doing a little job in the shed. I'm going to put some bracing on this boiler I've been making up, messing around with. So we're going to silver solder on a metal extension on each end. And to do this, we're going to use the Chinese torch to show you how it goes. And it should handle this okay, so let's get on with it. Right. So now we'll key where we want to put it. About here. So the torch is turned down quite low here, so it's got plenty of heat for this job. A little bit more. Coming in close and there. Better. Well, that went okay. So now we'll do the other end. It hasn't got anywhere near the heat of the bullfinch. but you know, for a standard LPG torch it's okay for small jobs like this. I'd be struggling, I think, to do the whole perimeter. But anyway, alright, I'll flip it over and we'll do the other end. Alright, same process again. Well, that did that pretty easily. The trick is use full bore, get your flame length correct. That was even starting to melt around the edge here, so yeah, you should be able to do the whole job with this if you work your way around. So yeah, so now I'm going to drill and tap that, and then I can put a second locating bolt through the vertical stand to stop the whole thing twisting, which is a bit annoying, so when you're trying to work on it. So it'll be one in the end here and another grub screw going in here, which is of course solid. So I've got to drill and tap that now. But yeah, the old torch, the little cheap torch, it's up to this, I think, and it certainly can do this sort of work. And yeah, even though I was trying to keep the heat away from where I've already done it, it did start to melt here, so I think the heat output's pretty reasonable for an LPG torch. Yeah, it's okay. So there you go. That's one end I did, and that's the other end. Only took a few minutes, and once I figured out which is the best way to do it with that Chinese torch, and the best way is of course give it maximum herbs, full bore, and you know, that way you put plenty of heat into the main job. So now I've just got to drill and tap these to put a thread in them like that, which is 4mm, and then the vertical riser will not allow the whole thing to twist on the centre point like it was. Now I have run my good little steam engine off of this, tried to, but I got a lot of water coming through it. So I've got to extend this section here, have a riser coming up, so that any water will tend to fall back into the boiler. That's why I've moved the tap onto here and got it right above, so the small orifice will also help keep the water from going up the tube. So yeah, I didn't want to risk messing up my good steam engine. So I've finished that off, and I might as well show you what that looks like. So yeah, hang on, I'll show you how that turned out. But I'm not going to actually put steam through that until I've got this whole thing sorted out. And to do that, I'm going to try and build a wobbler steam engine. They look pretty simple, and I've never done one of those before. In fact, I've never built a steam engine before in my life. All I've ever done is mess around with Stirlings and flame lickers. I'll show you how the old steam engine I've got turned out with its new base on it. I think it looks pretty cool. And here it is on its nice Jarrah base. I've put risers under it because before it was flush mounted onto a block of junky wood. So I've got these metal risers, sprayed them green. I'm not going to restore any of this, just leave it in the natural patina. And then I had these little brass discs which were actually off of old drawer handles, and they got natural patina, so I put them on there as well. I think the whole thing looks pretty good. Give it a bit of air, and she's a honey, isn't she? And yeah, it looks a lot better than the old mount for sure. Really, I'm pleased with this. Really pleased. Nice little model, but certainly a nice piece of wood. Really sets it off beautifully. And Australian Jarrah is a lovely timber. Okay, well that's it for now, and I'll push on with the steam side of things. And yeah, probably I'll move on to a wobbler once I get the boiler how I want it. Okay, well that's it from me. Hope you found it interesting. Took a bit of time. See you next time. Cheers.